morning. Again, it's been some time. Sorry about that, we just had a lot on. I've just got to the car park at Glenridding. I'm just having a bit of toast and some coffee. Brought it with me. It's the end of a journey today. Hopefully. It will be. Lost 2 Wainwrights. I'm doing a bit of a funny route. I'm actually going to go do Birkhouse Moor first, and instead of carrying on up through Hole in the Wall and Striding Edge onto Helvellyn, I'm going to actually drop off there at that point down to Red Tarn because I need to get Catstye. So I'm going to get Catstye. That'll be officially my last one, but I wanted to finish on Helvellyn. It's the only one I counted before I started this round. As I said before, it's got a bit of significance. It's kind of the first one I did with my dad when I was about 11. My dad passed away 25 years ago. So I just thought it'd be just a nice one to finish on. So once I've done those 2, up onto Helvellyn, and it's going to be a decent weather window, so I brought my big tent anyway, the Storm Star, but I'm going to get a camp on Helvellyn. I'm hoping because it's going to be nice, I'm hoping it's not going to be too busy, but if it is, I'll just drop off onto one of the hills around it. There's a good ridge up there, so I can go either way. But I think it's going to be a pretty busy one up there today. I've got to Glenridding car park at about 5 to 9. I've got plenty of time. I'm just going to let all these day walkers get off. But there's not many spaces left. I can probably count them on one hand the amount of spaces that's left, and it's 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna have a bit of a chill out, get something to eat. I've got a flask of coffee, so I'm just gonna have an hour basically, just relax after the drive and head up. If I set off now, I'd be way early for a camp anyway. So I'll bring you back if I can find a quiet spot going up there. Like I say, looks like it's going to be a busy one, so I'll see you soon. $213 is Birkhouse Moor, just at the back of that. So we're going to go up this valley, round onto the top. No rush today, really early. So I'm looking for a nice relaxing day. Hello, it's very, very busy, so I haven't brought you back, but 213 Birkhouse Moor. Just showed you 214. So I'm not going to go up Striding Edge, I'm going to veer off over to Red Tarn, maybe get some water up there, and then head up onto Catstye for 214. And then that'll be the kind of, well, the end of my Wainwright journey really. I'm going to head up onto Helvellyn then, and then touch the trig up there in memory of my old fella, Ralph Gaines. And then I'll have a wander around. Going to be pretty early I think, but I might have a wander over to Dollywagon or something like that and then come back later. We'll see. I might have an hour down at Red Tarn here, so that's where we're heading now. And then where everybody else, stream of people. You can't blame people, it's a fantastic day. Up onto Striding Edge. I'm going to go along there. Less crowds. but I need to be up there anyway. So that's Catstye cam. I can just see somebody getting up there now, but there's a red town down here, so I'll go and get some water. I think this will be no water on the tops, but what a fantastic day for it. I was planning on having a kind of a few people coming, but I've just had loads on and things with family. I've had a small operation on my mouth. I had to take three weeks off for, so I just haven't had a chance. But I prefer it this time of the year anyway. So it's oh man, what are we on? Of October, is it? Anyway, Elvellyn looks, it's absolutely rammed. Just see people on it. Right, I'm going to put you away, and I'll bring you back on there, a bit further on there. I'm talking a bit quietly because it's absolutely packed on here. I just feel a bit of a plunker filming when there's a lot of people around. Right, I shall bring you back soon. Right, I'm just diverted away from the hole in the wall. I don't think, looking at Striding Edge, I don't think I've ever seen a hill as busy. Can't blame people. Blooming heck. Current view. $214. Right, I've just come up from Red Town down there. I think I'm going up there next. Swirl Edge. Sheep. There's some fantastic cloud banks over there. Inversions. I can just see. I don't know what that is over there. I don't know if it's could be Skidar, I think. Maybe right over there. Just poking up above the clouds. It's a big inversion over there. It's like this, the Lake District, or this part of the Lake District is surrounded by inversions. And that's it. That's 214. Catstye cam. So let's crack on up there. And I'll think about what we're going to do then. Well, here we are. 214. The gift that keeps giving. 214, and look at this. Well, it's mind bending today. I got a bit emotional up there. The Catstye cam there. That was me 214. I've been up to Helvellyn and had a few minutes up there. Just to remember me dad, really. As I say, it's taken me 5 years to do these. But that was just the one I saved and I counted for this round, and that was done 44 years ago when I was 11, so it was quite special going back there. But what a fantastic day. Look at that, inversions everywhere. And the amazing thing is, wherever I look, I think, I've done that, 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 and I've just done that. Fantastic. Right. Oh, midges. Midges. Problem is, it's right, a bit of a change of plan. I was originally going to camp up on Helvellyn today. I think I started telling you that earlier. But the problem is, A, I were up there a bit early, but B, I wanted to visit it, and I did. The problem I had was there were so many people up there. I can still see them now. There's loads of people still up there. And there were loads of people, and this is like 2:30 I was talking, that were just loitering around with big bags waiting at that time. I like to have a bit of a place to myself, really, which I know of a place that a friend uses that just dropped off, but it was too early anyway. So what I did, I carried on along that ridge, came off a lower man, down over Whiteside that I camped on, did a winter camp, and I've come up onto Rays. Summit's just up there. It's quite rocky as a summit, and I went round and round and round, and I couldn't find anywhere I could get the pegs in. So I've ended up coming down on a ledge just down off the summit. I'm out in the hotel tonight. I thought I'd treat myself because it was my last Wainwright. I thought I've got a little bottle of fizz in there and a drop of whiskey for later. So I'm gonna have that. It's been a bit of a slog, and when I've been a bit down at dumps and that, I've kind of thought about family and stuff. I just want to say thanks to my wife, Julie, because I probably wouldn't have done it without her. She probably didn't realise it at the time, but she's just given me the time and space to do it. She's never complained. I think on some of the cold dark mornings when I've needed a bit of encouragement, I've had a bit of a come on, get on. So I just want to say thanks, Julie. Thank you. I do appreciate everything you do for me. Cheers. One of the best days of my mountain life. Just going up to the trig. I'll just swing you around. Not touched it today. Raise for the third time. Oh man, look at Ullswater. There's inversions forming around Ullswater as well. Wow, wow, wow. It's amazing because when I look round, every set of hills has got a, it looks like it's got a cloud on it. Obviously Crossfell's sticking out because it's just massive, but there's this hole in the cloud. There's cloud to the south. Out west, obviously, there's these inversions and this fantastic sunset, and then up to the Scottish borders you can usually see the peaks and stuff, but you can't see them. So it's just like a hole of clear weather. I can't help but think my old fella's sorted it out for me, this. I know it's a weather window, but there's weather windows and weather windows. Just amazing, absolutely fantastic. Sorry if I'm making your bit motion sick when I spin you around fast like that, but I just can't believe what I'm seeing, you know. Unbelievable. Oh God, it's just like, I know I've had a small bottle of bubbly to celebrate today, and to be fair, a couple of whiskies, but my head's gone. Look at this. What a finish to it. Just the best day I've had in the mountains probably ever. Ready for this. Been gawking at sunset for God knows how long. It's 7:10 and I've had no food yet. And if you know me, I like my food. So I'm just waiting. Brought gas stove tonight. First time I've used it this year. On the menu is one of the old faithfuls. It is nice, that. So I'll get some of this scran, and there's some nice nice light around. Probably don't pick it up, this. No, I don't pick it up. You can just see Penrith in the distance, and Glenridding down there. Right, I'm gonna get this food. Really need this food. I'll bring it back in a bit. Welcome back. Had some food now. Really needed that food. I spent far too long watching that sunset, but why do you come? Yeah, listening to a bit of radio now. I've got the tent door open. When I've got this light out, I can see. I can actually see all the inversions out there now. I've not got into bed. I've just got the sleeping bag slung over me. It's just end of a fantastic day. I haven't had many days like this. Not as good as this. I'm just shattered. I'll probably be. It's only 10 to 8, but a bit of food down me and a few nips of whiskey, and I'll be hitting the sack probably. Shattered. I were up early, so anyway, I'm waffling, so I'll bid you good night. Okay, what a great day, what a fantastic day. Been stood here for an hour, just with my jaw on the floor. There's a few midges around and a breath of wind. Look at this. Wow. Oh, it's just mind-blowing. Just come back down off the summit up there. I'll just give Julie a quick ring. She was still in bed, but I did a video call for her so she could check this sunrise out. I don't think she was right chuffed at first, but anyway, there we go. That's my pitch. That's the sunrise. They're amazing. Look at the light bouncing off the inversions is just like it looks like the sea. Anyway, I've got some breakfast on. I'm gonna get some breakfast on. I've got a kettle on. Helvellyn Summit looks absolutely rammed already. I can count maybe 20 people just on the edge there. Sorry, bad angle. Yeah. Just like, I'm speechless. Absolutely speechless. It was supposed to be cloudy on the tops this morning. I was talking to a fell runner up there, and it was a bit of a mixed forecast for this morning. It was supposed to be cloudy actually on the tops, not very good visibility, but so I was going to take yesterday, but this morning it's yeah. Right, I'm going to get a drink, stop waffling, get some kind of porridge or something I've got. It's not one I've not had before. Got like chia seeds in it or something. Anyway, see what it's like. Get some food, and then I'll have a slow pack up. I'm not in any rush to get off today. I just want to savour it. Just gonna get off that way and then probably just drop down Stakes, the other side of Stakes, pass down into back to Glenridding. So I'll bring you back in a bit if I've got interesting to show you. Alright, see you in a bit. That's it. Probably can't see it. It's nice, but it's got a nice, but it's got a bit of a strange aftertaste. Maybe I'll find out when I've finished. Right, I'll bring you back in a bit. Right, I'm packed up. I've had a very, very long, slow pack up for me. It's just gone 9 o'clock. Quite a late one for me, really. I'm gonna just gonna have a steady walk northwards down to Stake Pass, and pick that up and have a trot down into Glenredding. There's me spot there. All my tackle tidied up, rubbish in bags. Somebody else can use that. It's a nice spot, that. I think somebody had been here before, because I found a tent stake. It's pretty logical, really. You can't get tent stakes up there at the top. I think I'd need some of them titanium pins. Right. We have a very steady walk down now. Down into that. Oh, look at that. Have a look at that. You turn the corner. Now that's where Bassenthwaite should be, just down there. And Keswick. That's Skiddaw straight in front of us. I can just see the mountains in the Scottish borders there now. They were completely covered yesterday. Just poking out up north. You won't be able to see it on this. Crossfell and Dufton Fells. I can see Ingleborough this morning as well, down in the distance. That looks quite close, actually. Right, I'm just at the crossroads of Styx Pass, not Stake Pass. Kept calling it Stake Pass. I think it was the Euphoria and the maybe a little bottle of bubbly. I don't know. Last night, Styx Pass. I've actually come up Styx Pass from that direction, west, Thirlmere side, quite a few times. Bet maybe 4 or 5 times. But I've never been down or come up from the Glenredding side. I think there's some old mines down here. It's just, to be honest, I think Glenredding's a place that, it's not that I've avoided it, but I've avoided it. And it's purely and simply because on a nice day, as we demonstrated yesterday, it's an absolute bugger for parking. To be fair, there's a lot going on there really. There's a couple of nice outdoor shops. There's some good places to stay. But there's the steamer, there's the boats and stuff as well. So it does attract a lot of people. It's quite easy to get to. So you can kind of understand why. But on these where I'm setting off, I've always kind of tried just avoided it really. It's probably why I've not sort of come down here or up from Glenredding. When I have been over that way, I've kind of parked over Glencoyne way, because I'm a National Trust member and it's free. So, but the middle of Glenredding, you've got to be up and off and get there early bird and all that. So yeah, so that way is over towards the real top end of sort of Thirlmere and things. The other way the sticks past down to Glenridding. That's where we've just come from. Camped just off the other side of the summit, just to get a bit of a grassy plateau. And then the other side is what I'd call the entrance to the dogs. So there's again, I call it Stound, or I think it's Stye. Oh, I can't remember. I'm a bit fuzzy this morning. Is it Stye Barrow Dodd? I can't remember. Watson Dodd, Great Dodd, and then you're on to like Great End, which is kind of just opposite Blencathra. You see that driving in on the main road, A66 coming into Keswick. It's like the Guardians of the Lake District to me. Actually, I might have a sit down here for a bit and just enjoy some of this view before I head down into it. So what do I do now? Somebody's been saying on Facebook, what do you do now? I'm not sure, if I'm being honest. There's different classifications of hills. There's a lot of lesser hills that have got nice tops that people kind of just walk up past because they're not classified as one of the Wainwrights or one of the big ones. So maybe just to have an explore, try and find some of the quieter areas, maybe get a few camps in. One thing I was looking at last night and the perspective it gave me, now I've done it, when I started doing this I thought the Lake District felt like a really vast area, like a big area, but now I've done all the hills in it, and I recognise, like when I was stood on top of the hill last night and I was recognising different hills to the west and the east, it kind of puts into perspective that it's not a massive area really, not the massive area you think it is. I suppose that's what happens as you look at as you find out about places, your kind of world gets smaller. But yeah, I don't know, I'll have a ponder on it. I wouldn't mind. At some points it's felt like if you're going to do it in a short period of time and you live away, kind of, it does feel like sometimes you've got to just commit to it. And like I mentioned Julia earlier, there's been some mornings when I've just had a week at work and I think I want to get out, and when it comes to it, it's cold, it's dark, it's wet when you're setting off, and you kind of think, I have to just stay in bed. But when I've done it, I've never regretted it. So the flat lake, I suspect that we could see up there, I think it must have been from, there's a lot of workings here, this is the mine. It must have been dammed, I think, at some point. There's a lot of sort of walls built and stuff. So I suspect it were all dammed. So it may not have been a natural lake. As I can see, that didn't look all natural. Maybe quarries or something, I don't know. There's all sorts of workings around here. Copper and all sorts. Slate. Yeah, there's loads of them here. There's like a big series of them. Spin you around. right down as far as up there. It kind of rose. Still hanging around that inversion, getting closer to it. I'm desperate for a bit of signal now. I should have renewed my parking by that app. Oh well, bloody hell, it is what it is. I'm going to look for a bit of signal now, get it paid. I know exactly where this brings you out. I've actually walked down off, I came down off Whiteside when I was doing some really early days of the Wainwrights, when we did Rays, and it was absolutely banging it down, so we decided to cut it short on the top. So we're supposed to be camping, but the weather was dire, and we actually stayed in the youth hostel at Patterdale, which I believe, driving past it, is now shut down, which is very sad to see. Oh, they're doing it up. I think a lot of people used to use it on the coast to coast, but it were a big one, and it wasn't very full. But yeah, so on the right hand side of the valley there's a path that goes up or down, and it takes you just past between Whiteside and Rays. You can see Catstye cam up there, my 214. Not that I'm reminding anybody banging on about it. Sorry if I'm boring. That's another angle of it there. Decent peak, that. Nice little pointy one. So that's the valley. And the old mines down there. So yeah, we just walked down this lane down into the back of Glenridding. So we're catching up with this temperature inversion. Can actually feel the air getting cooler as we drop down. It were really warm this morning on the tops. You can definitely feel the temperature difference as you drop down with the cool air sinking. Look, we're below the bottom of it now, but obviously it's not got quite up this valley. So right. Hiya, I'm back in my rush to get back to the car. In the end, the car parking were running out, and I had to get back to basically so I didn't get a ticket. And in the rush, I got back and just didn't film anything. So here I am. I'm back home. As you can see, I've got the Lake District up there behind me. It just seemed fitting after the finish of my Wainwrights 214. It's just thanks for everybody who's followed me along the way, and that's it. That's kind of the end of that, or is it? Nah, I'll be back up there anyway. So till the next time. Thanks for watching. All right, cheers, bye.